Before starting with the topic of statement and conclusions, I would like to point out two things about this topic, the two advantages which are there to this topic or preparing this topic very properly. The first advantage is that it is very easy and scoring, okay? And second is, this is the topic where you will save time so that you can use it in other topics of logical reasoning as well as quantitative aptitude. And always remember that this is a very easy topic. We'll tell you some tips that will help you understand how to solve the sums, but please remember one very important tip right now. I'll tell you that depend or think only of the statement which is given. Don't use any logic or anything like that, or common sense or general knowledge and all that stuff. Just think of the statement which is given, okay? Just think of that, and based on that you have to draw the conclusions, okay? Conclusion should not be on common sense or general knowledge or something like that. The common sense which is there, it has to be applied only to the given statement, okay? Now we'll tell you a few tips along with some examples, okay? That tip would be explained with an example, and then we'll try to solve some of the sums. Statement: with the increase in consumption of petroleum products, it is feared that petrol will be a rare commodity in near future. Conclusion: petroleum products should be used efficiently. Now over here, what do we see in conclusion? It is a sort of advice, okay? Whenever in conclusion there is an advice or it is a result, okay, of something, a result like an effect or something like that. So it is a result of something given in the statement, or there is an advice which is related to the statement, it is always correct. The conclusion is always true, okay? So remember, whenever we have an advice or a result in the conclusion, it will always be true, okay? But please remember that the advice or the result, it should be related to the statement. This is the primary thing. The conclusion which is given, it should always be related to the statement. You cannot have, like over here they have given increase in consumption of petroleum products, and conclusion they have given use solar energy or something like that. It is not related to the given statement. We just have to think about given statement, not to use any other general knowledge, or no inference or interpretation should be done from other things. Only this statement should be considered, okay? Now always remember over here another thing is that conclusion, okay, which they have given, conclusion means the same as inference. So they might say that check out which of the inference is correct, they might say which of the conclusion is correct, okay? So it is the same word, so they might use it interchangeably. Statement: many people have been admitted in the hospital. It is assumed that junk food is poisonous. Conclusion: junk food is always poisonous. Now earlier what we have learned that do not assume, okay? Do not assume. Now over here there is another part of this, that is do not pre-assume. There should not be any presumption, okay? We should not pre-assume anything. Here they have given that the people have been admitted to the hospital. It is assumed that junk food is poisonous, okay? But here conclusion is junk food is always poisonous. So we are pre-assuming that junk food is always poisonous, okay? So that is very wrong. You should not pre-assume anything. You should just base your statement conclusions on the given statement. The statement says that it is assumed that junk food is poisonous. It does not say or guaranteed say that junk food is poisonous. It just assumes, okay? So conclusion cannot be that it is always poisonous or anything like that. So just like we have do not assume, it is do not pre-assume. There should not be any presumption of any statement. Like say whenever we are say I don't like swimming, okay, or I don't like going into water or something like that. So if someone says let's go out in the rain, it's raining out over there, so I'll be even if rain is good, what I'll pre-assume that no, rain is bad for my health and I should not go into rain. If there is acid rain, then I'll get burnt up and all that. This is nothing but presumption. So don't presume, okay? Moving on to next question. Statement: many medicines contain fish oil. Conclusions: 1. all the vegetarians are also pescatarians. 2. Some vegetarians consume such medicines to cure their diseases. Okay, now over here, a very important concept that will explain you what we are talking about in the 3 examples which we saw right now, okay, and also what exactly we mean by statement and conclusion. First of all, over here, what we need to see is that we should never go by common sense or even morality and ethics, okay. Don't consider morality and ethics over here, or sympathy and empathy and all that things, right? Over here, everything has to be based on this statement, this given statement only. Here the statement given is many medicines contain fish oil. So this statement has to be taken as true, okay. So many medicines contain fish oil. Now what all are the conclusions given? We have to find out which conclusion is true or which conclusion follows and which conclusion does not follow, okay. Now all the vegetarians are also pescatarian. Pescatarian means one who also eat fish and one who also consume what we say fish oil and all that stuff, okay. Over here they are saying that all the vegetarians are also pescatarian. This is not true. Why? Because not all the vegetarians will take the medicines which have fish oil, okay, and even if they take the medicine which contains fish oil, they are not consuming fish or other fish or products like those products. They are just taking the medicine which contains fish oil. So it is not compulsory that all the vegetarians are also pescatarians. So this is not a valid conclusion. So cancel it. Second conclusion. Some vegetarians consume such medicines to cure their diseases. This is correct. This is valid. Why? Because many medicines, not all the medicines, many medicines contain fish oil. So if you are a vegetarian but you have a disease and the cure to that disease lies in a medicine which has fish oil in it, then you will consume it. So some vegetarians consume such medicines only to cure their diseases, okay, to cure their diseases. They are not eating fish or for lunch, dinner and all that stuff. They are not eating fish regularly and all that stuff. So they are not pescatarian. So this is false and this is correct, okay. So don't go by morality. By default, by morality, vegetarians should not consume any product related to fish and all that stuff, okay. But vegetarians, they might have a disease and they have to take medicine. So don't go by morality or ethics that vegetarians should not consume anything. So this is correct and this is also, this is wrong and this should not be there and all that stuff. Vegetarians cannot take such medicine. It is not like that, okay. So don't go by morality and ethics. This is a very important example. This is a very important tip because many students make mistake over here only. They try to go by morality, ethics, common sense and they make a mistake and tick the wrong option, right? Now we'll try to solve some sums. Depending on that, you will understand how exactly we need to solve sums related to statement conclusion. Statement. Now over here, first take a look at the structure of the question. Till now, till the 4 questions, what you saw, there was a statement and there were conclusions given and we had to decide which conclusion was correct or which conclusion follows, which does not, okay. This is the kind of question which is generally asked in exam. What they give is, they give you a statement, they'll give you 1 conclusion or 2 conclusions or 3-4 conclusions depending on them, and generally there are 2 conclusions and the format is, what they'll do is they'll give you 5 options. Okay, first option is only conclusion 1 follows, only 2 follows, either 1 or 2 follows, and that means 1 may follow or 2nd may follow. The 4th option is neither 1 nor 2 follows, and 5th is both of them follow. Okay, what they can do is for every question they can give you such options, or they can have a common question where they'll say that A stands for 1 follows, B stands for 2 follows, and simply they'll give you statement and you'll have to choose the correct option referring to this table. Okay, now let us see how to solve the question using the tips which we have seen already. Okay, the statement is an advertisement of a company XYZ. If you are a software engineer, we want to hire you. What are the conclusions based on the statement? 1. Company hires no person with other qualification. 2nd, company XYZ is in need of software engineers. Now let's take a look at the first conclusion. Company hires no person with other qualification. Now the statement is that if you are a software engineer, we want to hire you. So that means that the company wants software engineers, but it does not mean that they don't want any other engineer. This is an advertisement for software engineer, right? But it does not mean that the company is not hiring other qualifications. It might be separately hiring other qualifications also. So conclusion 1 does not follow. So over here option A is not an answer, option E is not an answer, both option C is not an option, okay, that either 1 or 2 follows, okay. So now over here, what is the second option? Company XYZ is in need of software engineers. This is correct. Why? If they are in need of software engineers, then only they'll put up an advertisement that if you are a software engineer, we want to hire you. So conclusion 2 follows for sure, okay. Neither 1 nor 2 follows. This is not the case because 2 follows. So answer is B, okay. This B option is the answer. Only conclusion 2 follows. See how over here we just take the we took the statement over here as true, okay, this we took as true and we solved the problem. Statement: Shyam is one of the probable students for securing first rank in the class. Conclusions: Shyam will secure first rank, Shyam will not secure first rank. Now over here, now you will get confused, okay, what to mark, okay, Shyam will secure first rank, Shyam will not secure first rank. And in this confusion, you might also think that, okay, this is to confuse me, the answer must be neither 1 nor 2 follows, okay. But please remember what they have given over here. Shyam is one of the probable students for securing first rank. Probable, that means there is a chance that Shyam might get first rank in the class, okay. There is a chance, okay, there is a chance that Shyam might get first rank and there is a chance that Shyam might not get first rank. So Shyam may get first rank, Shyam may not get first rank. So it can be either one. Shyam can get first rank, Shyam cannot get first rank. So Shyam will get first rank or Shyam will not get first rank. So either of the conclusion is possible. It is not compulsory that he will not get for sure or he will get for sure. Any of the conclusion is possible. We cannot predict that. So answer is C. Either 1 or 2 follows. Any of them follows. Okay. See how easy it is. There is no fixed 1 or second conclusion, or we cannot discard both of them. If we say Shyam will not get first, this is also false and this is also false, then what will be true? If we say Shyam will not get first rank, okay, if we say this is not true and if we say this is also not true, then what remains? Nothing will remain. Either he will get first rank or he will not get a first rank. There is only 2 things, okay. Both the things have been mentioned. So this will happen or this will happen. So the answer is C and it is not D, okay, or it is not both 1 and 2 follow. There is a difference between either 1 or 2 follows and both 1 and 2 follows. Here both has to be true, both will happen. In this case both will not happen. And in option C it is either 1 will happen or 2 will happen, okay. Statement and advertisement: 50% off on all electronic goods up till 31st January. Conclusions: after 31st January, no discount will be provided. No sale of electronic goods after 31st January. Take conclusion 1. What is the statement given? 50% off on all electronic goods up till 31st January. Statement 1 says, after 31st Jan, no discount will be provided. But this is not correct. They are saying that till 31st Jan, you will get 50% off. Okay? After 31st Jan, it might happen that they might give 60% off, or they might give only 10% off, or they might not give any off, okay, any of the possibilities there. It is not compulsory that no discount will be there. They can give 10%, 15% off. So this is not the right conclusion. So 1 does not follow, okay. So C will also not be there, B, he will also not be there. Second conclusion: no sale of electronic goods after 31st Jan. They are talking only about the discount on electronic goods. They are not talking about selling or buying electronic goods or anything like that. They might continue selling the electronic goods after 31st Jan. Okay, so there is no reference to selling of electronic goods. It is only reference to discount. Okay, right? So second conclusion also does not follow. So the answer is D. Neither 1 nor 2 follows. Moving on. Statement: due to recession, company X has fired its 200 employees. Conclusions: company X is well known for firing people. All other competitors of company X are also affected because of recession. Okay, over here again, first conclusion: company X is well known for firing people. Statement is that due to recession, company has fired 200 employees. We do not know the history of the company, whether it is famous for firing people or hiring people or anything like that. So this does not follow. We cannot assume anything. This is nothing but assumption. Okay, we are pre-assuming or assuming that the company is known for firing people. Second, all other competitors in company X are also affected because of recession. Does the statement talk about other competitors? No. The statement talks about recession and that the company X has fired its employees. Okay, it does not talk about other competitors, so this is nothing but a pre-assumption. And we know what we should do with pre-assuming. No, we should not pre-assume. So this is cancelled. So the answer is again neither 1 nor 2 follows. Going to the next question. Statement: I know nothing except the fact of my ignorance. Conclusions: the writer is a poor reader. He should read more to improve his knowledge. World of knowledge is a deep ocean to be explored and conquered by a single person. Now over here statement is I know nothing except the fact of my ignorance. That means the person knows nothing except that he knows only one fact, that is that the person is ignorant. Okay. Now the conclusion. First is the writer is a poor reader. He should read more to improve his knowledge. Now where in God's name it is given that the person is a writer? Okay, so this is like not at all related to the statement, or we can say this is like assuming that the person is writer. Now again we will see the statement again over here. The writer is a poor reader. Okay, where does it say that the writer is a poor reader? The person might be a very good reader. Okay, but still the person might not know anything. Okay, might not know anything. Okay, so poor person might be a good reader, but still the person might not be knowing anything. Okay, so again this is a doubtful thing. Again we'll see what more we can search over here. He should read more to improve his knowledge. Now is it compulsory that you just have to read only to improve your knowledge? No, you can observe things and still you can improve your knowledge. It is not compulsory that you only have to read and then only you will improve your knowledge. So this statement has a lot of loopholes and this statement is not correct. So first conclusion is not followed. So A, C and E are cancelled. So second conclusion, let's see what it is. World of knowledge is a deep ocean to be explored and conquered by a single person. On reading this statement, you will think first thing it is absolutely not related to the statement. So let's mark D as the answer, that neither 1 nor 2 follows, but please wait, this is related to the statement. Here what the person says, I know nothing except the fact of my ignorance. That means the person does not have any wisdom or knowledge. And here the statement, this general statement says that world of knowledge is a deep ocean to be explored and conquered by a single person. Okay, that means that the person must explore the world of knowledge. It is not giving any specific activity like reading or writing or observing. It is just saying that there is a world of knowledge, it is like a deep ocean and the person must explore and conquer it. So only conclusion 2 can follow. Okay, nothing else can follow over here, right? First one cannot follow because it is not compulsory that the person is writer or the person is poor reader or the person should read to improve his knowledge. Okay, but over here what have they given is that world of knowledge, a general statement is given. Okay, correct, it is like an advice. It is like an advice. So the 4 tips which we have learned, okay, what we have learned, do not assume. So this is like assumption. So this is wrong. Advice or a result. So this is like an advice that world of knowledge is deep ocean. You need to explore and conquer it, right? This is advice given to the person. So advice is always right. And so the second conclusion follows. Statement: high IQ is important to be a scientist. Conclusions: the average student should not aspire to be a scientist. All highly gifted students become scientists. Now over here, what is the statement? Here please understand over here, what have we learned? Statement always has to be taken as true. Everything revolves around the statement. First conclusion is average student should not aspire to be a scientist. Now if you look at this, you will get sympathy and you will see that how can we say that the average student should not become a scientist, it should not aspire to become a scientist, we are discouraging students, so this is wrong, this should not be there. But please wait, what have we learned? No morals and no ethics should be considered while solving sums related to statement and conclusion. Statement is the absolute truth. What does statement say? High IQ is important to be a scientist. Average student does not have a high IQ, so only the average student should not aspire to be a scientist. It is dependent on the statement. Morals, no need, don't think about it, okay? Ignore all the morals and ethics and values and everything and value education and all that stuff, okay? Concentrate on the statement. So the first conclusion follows based on the statement. Second, all highly gifted students become scientists. Now over here you can see that here high IQ is important to be scientist, but does it say that all high IQ students become scientists? No, it is not like that. It is just saying what is needed for becoming a scientist, okay? So over here all highly gifted students become scientists is not true, so only one follows. So answer is only conclusion 1 follows, A, okay? A is the right option. Moving to next question. Statement: if both the partners work as a team, marriage will be successful. The couple celebrated golden jubilee of their wedding last year. Conclusions: both the partners are compatible with each other. Second conclusion: some marriages do not last even 10 years nowadays. Now, by common sense, if they are saying that the couple has celebrated golden jubilee of the wedding last year, golden jubilee is nothing but 50 years of wedding, okay? And they are also saying that if both the partners work as a team, marriage will be successful. First conclusion is possible. That means the partners are compatible, so only they are able to last for 50 years, okay? Second conclusion: some marriages do not last even 10 years nowadays. Are they talking about other marriages? No, it is only about the couple they are talking about. Also, there is no guarantee, even if the partners do not work as a team, if both partners work as a team, marriage will be successful. Are they saying that if they don't work as a team, marriage will not be successful at all? Is that the case? And what is the definition of successful? Does it mean that successful means 50 years only? It might happen that successful means 12 years also, 13 years also, okay? So over here, we do not know exactly whether other marriages are lasting 10 years nowadays or not. We don't know about other marriages, we just know about the couple that they were together for 50 years, and we only know that if partners work as team, marriage will be successful. Now here, say if partners are working as a team and the marriage lasted only for say 5 years, still only 5 years if the marriage lasted. So will the second conclusion be true? No, the statement would become false, but we have to always take the statement as true, okay? So we cannot be sure about second conclusion, so second conclusion does not follow, only conclusion 1 follows. Moving to the next question. Statement: each man makes his own world. World is neither black nor white. Conclusions: this world is black for some people, this world is white for some people. Now over here, what you might think is that you might remember this some like whatever we say, or we saw that Ram can secure first, will come first in class, or Ram will come second in class, and you might directly mark either 1 or 2 follows. But no, please pay attention over here. Here the statement is each man makes his own world. World is neither black nor white, okay? So this has to be true, that the world has no color, world is neither black nor white, okay? And every man his own opinion, every man can make his own world. So as per conclusion, this world is black for some people. Yes, that means some people can make their own world black, okay, or consider their world as black, okay? And this world is white for some people. That means some people might consider the world as white, right? So everything is possible because every man can make his own world. They have already given that. That means that it is not this. So that means that this is correct as well as this is correct. So answer is E. Both 1 and 2 follows. Please remember, it is not that if people make the world black, then white, other people cannot make it white. Every man can make his own world. If there are 3 people, one can make it white, one can make it black, other one can make it both black and white or anything like that. Okay? So remember over here the answer is both 1 and 2 follow. Okay? Now, over here, this is a different kind of it is actually the same statement conclusion kind. Only thing is that they give a statement, and instead of options, that 4 and 5 options, they give in the options only, they give the conclusions, and we have to choose the right conclusion, okay, or the right option. Now let us see what the statement is. Many offices are located in buildings with multiple floors. If a building has more than 3 floors, it has a lift. Conclusions: Now the first, all floors of building with multiple floors may be reached in lifts. Let's see, okay, we are not able to deduce directly. Let's see what it is. Option B, only floors above the third floor have lifts. Now they have given that if the building has more than 3 floors, it has a lift. That means the building has a lift, and that lift can go to any floor. So this is not correct, that only floors above the third floor have lifts and all that stuff. So floors above the third floor, if there are more floors above the third floor, then the building will have lift, and lift can go to any floor. Okay. Now 7th floor does not have lifts. This is again false, because 7 is greater than 3, so the building must have lift. 4th, all buildings have lifts. No, if the building is having 2 floors, that means that the building will not have a lift. It is not compulsory to have the lift. They may have a lift or may not have a lift. Okay. Now what is remaining? Only A, so that is the correct option. Now over here, say if there is an option E which says none of the above. Okay, so we cannot, in this case we cannot directly mark A. Let us understand why A is the correct answer over here. Okay, all floors of buildings with multiple floors may be reached in lifts. What does this mean? That there are buildings, and buildings has multiple floors. Okay, and these multiple floors can or cannot, okay, may or may not be reached by lifts. May be reached by lifts. That means the lift can go to all the floors or may not go to all the floors. Anything is a possibility. Here what they are saying is that only floors above the third floor have lifts. That means only above the third floor the lift will go. Such definite answer, such definite thing is not given. Okay, only general thing is given. So there is a possibility that all the floors can be reached by lift, and there is a possibility that all the floors of the building may not be reached by lift. So the conclusion A follows. Okay, so even if there is none of the above option, you have to choose answer as A, right? It's very easy. Just practice and you will be able to master this topic.